March of Dimes, man. March of Dimes. I don't know, man. A March of Dimes must have been a bunch of women, man. You know? You need 10 commandments? I'm at a 10, man. I say, hey, what am I? 1 to 10 scale. A bunch of women come up and go, hey, what am I? 1 to 10 scale. Look at him. He says, I don't know. You look like a 5 right about now. I say, you look like a 5? Then they get upset and they go, what do you mean I look like a 5? He says, well, you sure don't look a 10 if you ain't with me. He says, man, yeah, it's like both sides of the street, man. He said, hey, you got a 5 finger, I got a 4. We shake hands and make a deal. That's a wedding, you know? And they say, man, you got a Mars mission going on now. It's like, yeah, man. Yes, man. So you go, what are you on a 1 to 10 scale? Well, you know, if she's a single lady, you know, she might be a 10, you know, eventually. You know, but see, a single woman, well, we made this whole system, man, a Southwest system. It's like, you know, see the Westerns, you know, cowboy days, the crazy stuff, the way they treated women. Well, that's because they were women, they weren't ladies, you see? And you teach it history, you teach it right, you know? And they get offended. They get offended when you say that, they're not ladies, and that's how you know. You go, man, that's a quick and easy test. That's what we said. We said the QET. You know, QET? Yeah. There's a Q extraterrestrial on your playlist, man, because extraterrestrial is extra teaching, man. Oh, man, yeah, man. Extraterrestrial stuff, like that space age stuff, you know, secret agent stuff. Yeah, you know, we got ladies out there, man. They're like secret agents, too. And that's why I said it's ladies and gentlemen. You guys got a lag? Well, if you're lagging, then you don't have a leg to stand on. Oh, man, that's what you meant? Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, you know. He says, hey, ladies and gentlemen, you ready for this? Okay. Well, you need a 10. There you go. A 10 to it, you know? You go, man, that's what you meant? Yeah, well, you've had good schooling. You say you attend to the needs. And attend to the needs? Yeah, the needs of the many, you know? The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. Oh, you mean those few unruly children, man? That not crazy? He says, yeah. Well, those few, they need education too. Why? Because the needs of the many, the smaller people with less education, you know, they're important too. Oh, you mean the needs of the many doesn't outweigh the needs of the few? Or the needs of the few doesn't outweigh the needs of the many? Well, there you go, man. If there's few people with education, then there are a bunch of little people around that don't know how to be bigger people. And bigger people, man, you know, it's Bible people. You get it? And they go, man, this is getting crazy. You know? And it's like, well, they was doing a bunch of drugs, man, and a drug addict goes, man, a drug addict? Well, the DA, man, the DA, I'm in trouble with the DA. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm in trouble with the deal. You know, the DA? Did you dial God? And I dialed 911, man, because we had to go to the ER because the people overdosed. You know, it says, well, did they DL? You know, the wrong deal? It says, well, let's give them a new deal then. It's the Green New Deal. And I said, man, the Green New Deal? Yeah, man, the aliens and angels, man, like the green people, man. You know, the green, the grain, you know, the whole nine. He says, oh, man, that is the deal? What is the deal? Well, the DA, man, you know, diplomatic Americans. He says, oh, my God. There you go, man, it's starting to make sense. He says, well, they were doing drugs, man. They couldn't understand anyway, so nobody cared. You know what I'm saying? Nobody cared. He talked to North Carolina. Oh, man. He says, well, you know, we had a secret agent out there. Somebody tried to leave him in a ditch and told North Carolina the wrong information. So he says, well, we made a movie about that, and we called it Idiocracy, because those idiots didn't know. But North Carolina did, so they just played along, because Mr. Kirk said, play along with their stupid plan, okay? We'll figure it out when we get down there and start doing the cool stuff. And he said, the cool stuff? Yeah, man, and you watch Joe Dirt, he said, you guys ain't seen the fireworks yet. Did you see those big, big space rockets? That's a firework, okay? And you go, man, this is getting crazy. They're like, I think we're hallucinating. Hallucinating? Man, did you go out in the desert where there's no crops and start cooking our brains out there? And then they really start hallucinating. And they go, well, they was doing peyote. They was doing peyote. Yeah, man, peyote. You know what peyote is? It's an ancient Indian thing, man. Ancient intelligence. Intelligence like peyote. Okay? Pay your deal. Okay? Pay your deal. See? Pay your deal. It's like, well, we don't gamble. Well, that's because we're the dealers, man. The dealers, Well, what's the dealer, man? Let's go to the Enterprise dealership and rent a car like I told you to, and take a vacation and get an educational tourism. Extraterrestrial teaching. I know, I try to tell them, man, teachers education, teachers from God, God's people. That's the group policies, man. Big groups, a bunch of churches and stuff. A lot of those churches, some of them got in the wrong direction, We're like, okay, research and development, let's turn them all around, we'll save them too and call them doctors, real doctors. So, oh man, you gotta be kidding me. These are the good doctors, man. You got doctors trying to figure it out, and then you got good doctors. That's the GD, man. The GD, he said, don't use the GD word unless you know how to use it properly. And he says, whoa. And he says, man, good deal, man. And he says, man, so these people, they're getting off drugs and they're watching this stuff right now, and they go like, man, did you see that space alien that landed? Must have been a security agent, man. It was like one of those secret agents, man. Now he's talking about languages that most people don't understand. He's like, which language do you want to talk about? Well, we're doing English and Spanish right now. And I said, but, only, remember my knee? They messed up my knee, so it says maybe they didn't know his name, okay? Okay, well, you remember Disney? Okay, so we're explaining the Disney stuff to them, give them some moral lessons. They don't understand that, then start talking about their languages. Oh, okay. So you mean Lubia. It's Russian. You're a Russian trying to lube people up, Lubia, like a greasing a politician or something. I'm like, what are you talking about, politicians? Politicians, polish the sins, man. They're trying to polish the sins, not their sins, man. They're trying to polish their signs and make new signs, instead of God signs. So what we did is we got the American Indians together. We made good signs, good signs, yeah. Now you look at Hebrew, man, because all the witchery that was going on. Good signs is Stargate, the Stargate program, man. Satellite system and stuff. Like, well, because the Indians, were like aliens and stuff and angels. We look at the natural signs. We can tell you what, animals are saying, the sky is saying, the weather's saying, barometric pressures, all this other stuff, man. Most people don't understand, some people do, The ones that don't, we don't want to leave them behind. They go, man, is that what a Navy SEAL is talking about? He says, man, Navy SEALs leave no man, woman, or child behind, man. No man, woman, or child behind. What's the MWC, you see? Mankind's wise creations. We create all kind of cool stuff, man. Only in America? No, man. Not only in America, it's one intelligence. Makers. The maker's mark. Well, we made a liquor about that. Say it's a maker's mark, man. We'll sit down and have a celebration, a maker's mark. And it says, okay, here's your maker's mark. So everybody started drinking a lot of alcohol and they got drunk, And that's what happened, man. So it's like, well, then they stopped making the correct multimedia, That's the maker's mark, man. Satellite system from fifth dimensional places. And I'm like, man, this guy's really starting to make sense. That's some scary stuff. And he says, well, it's only scary if you disobey God. If you disobey God, that's the DG system, What's the DG system? Well, it's the dangerous G system, And it says, man, if you can go faster than God, let us know, because we would like to know, man, because we got a lot of technology out there, and that's diplomatic God system, That's the diplomatic guardian system, Like, oh man, this guy's really starting to make sense. And says, well, which language am I talking next? And we had a one that was trying to say Pikachu and all this stuff, trying to use Yugoslavian, And I was like, Yugoslavian? Well, Yugoslavian, They're like, what's that, man? Suka, si pregrasno? And it's like, oh, dog, see, pray, cross now, on a crosswalk, You see how the mechanics work like that? It's a beautiful thing, man. See, pray, cross now, Man, try to call me a dog. This is not. What they're trying to tell these other people is their perception is wrong. I try to call these people dogs and all that other stuff, and they go, you got dogma? You got dogma? And it says, well, since you couldn't say, am good officer, diplomatic, diplomacy. I am good, of diplomacy. Am God. You guys had it backwards, man. So you started calling each other dogs, and it's like, hey, diplomatic office is good, man. Don't be dogs. You say, I'm good at diplomacy. You say, OD. Peyote, get it? Peyote. You see? You go, man, what do you mean defund the police? You're courtesy officers? Well, I'm good at diplomacy, man. Peyote. Y'all doing peyote, man, and getting high? What are you talking about? Well, you know, the corruption stuff, man. You know, the corruption stuff? Well, we put a stop to that, you know? We said, bring the Bible back. The Bible? Yeah. Beginnings, since the beginning, begin intelligence, Be loving educators, Stop hating each other. There you go. Tell you some Bible stuff. Tell your preachers to preach that.